My friends, what makes you feel ashamed? Good question, right? I'm wondering what makes Lisa Page feel ashamed. You know who she is. She was the married woman who was sleeping with Peter Strzok. They're both with the FBI, the insurance policy, trying to take out Donald Trump, surveilling, investigating, all that stuff. You've heard the name Lisa Page 100 times. Well, now Lisa Page is in the news again. Here's this from Vice.com. Lisa Page, 39, had avoided speaking out publicly for 18 months, but broke her silence in an interview with the Daily Beast published on Sunday, saying Trump's recent rally appearance mimicking her and her lover Peter Strzok in the throes of passion riled her enough to fight back. Quote, his demeaning fake orgasm was really the straw that broke the camel's back, unquote. I had stayed quiet for years, hoping it would fade away, but instead it got worse, she told the Daily Beast. It had been so hard not to defend myself, to let people who hate me control the narrative. I decided to take my power back. The President of the United States calling me names to the entire world, she said. He's demeaning me and my career. It's sickening, but it's also very intimidating because he's still the President of the United States. And when the president accuses you of treason by name, despite the fact that I know there's no fathomable way I could have committed any crime at all, let alone treason, he's still somebody in a position to actually do something about that, unquote. So Lisa Page feels demeaned because Donald Trump made fun of her cheating on her husband with Peter Strzok. She decided to take her power back. Well, sounds to me like her power came from laying on her back. The final straw. Well, she's apparently very distressed at what the president said, but here's what I'm wondering, okay? And I started wondering this yesterday when I first heard this. She's upset by what the president said. Was she upset because she cheated on her husband? Was she upset when her husband thought she was a loyal, faithful wife and instead she had Peter Strzok between her legs? Was she bothered then? Did she feel at all perturbed while she was dragging the FBI's reputation through the mud? Did Lisa Page feel the least bit queasy when she and her lover decided to undo an election, rob the American people of their votes, and unseat a duly elected president of the United States? I wonder, did she feel any queasiness when she did that? Did Lisa Page feel embarrassed at all when she was spitting in the face of the American people? Or did she feel that she needed to conserve all of her spit? Lisa Page is garbage. She's attempting now to rebrand herself. Instead of the woman who was sleeping with someone besides her husband and violated the Constitution and disgraced the FBI, instead of that, she wants to come out as a victim. Look what he said about me. Look how he demeaned me. Lisa, you're not a victim. You're a cancer cell. You're a cancer cell. Unfortunately, this country's got a metastasis going on. Lots of cancer cells. Donald Trump is providing the treatment for those cancer cells. You tried to take Trump out, you couldn't. And now you're complaining that you're essentially a victim. You know, in the 21st century, my friends, nobody does anything wrong. And whatever you do that's wrong, well, you're a victim. So you really didn't do anything wrong. That's the kind of arrogance and stupidity that turns my stomach. And we find it in spades in Lisa Page. And also the guy who was not her husband but was having sex with her. Real upstanding couple. Item from The Hollywood Reporter. The massive success of RuPaul's Drag Race has launched dozens of stars and ignited red carpet appearance deals for films like Frozen 2. Still, for a queen, your money is on the road. As Angelina Jolie made the usual red carpet rounds at the LA premiere of Disney's Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, She stopped for a picture with stars who didn't appear in the film, even though they looked like they had. Drag queens Nina West, Shangela, and Ginger Minge, decked out in horns, black dresses, and in Minge's case, an ensemble dedicated to the film's fairies. In recent months, queens were invited to the Frozen 2 premiere and the Charlie's Angels debut, posing with Kristen Stewart, Idina Menzel, and Josh Gad. Representatives declined to say how much the queens were paid to appear. Studios like Disney are the latest entrants in the new drag queen economy, wooing the robust fan base the queens have carved out since RuPaul's Drag Race broke out on Viacom Logo Channel in 2009. The 13-time Emmy winner moved to VH1 in 2017. While the show deserves much of the credit for the boom, its success dovetails with a wider cultural shift in depiction and exploration of gender identity. Top drag queens have ascended from working primarily nightclub gigs to selling out arenas, appearing in major scripted projects, including A Star is Born and RuPaul's upcoming Netflix series AJ and the Queen, making Billboard charts for music releases, socializing with over 100,000 fans at DragCon, and booking fashion collaborations with legacy brands like Prada and Moschino. Quote, drag queens have tapped into an audience that's been desperate for a different kind of entertainment, says Randy Barbato, co-founder alongside Fenton Bailey of the World of Wonder, the company behind Drag Race. Madison Avenue, the fashion industry, and Hollywood are finally catching on. Unquote. Folks, nothing to catch on to. It's always been known that drag queens have a form of mental illness. Any psychiatrist worth his degree will tell you this. Who's crazy, in addition, is society, which somehow has decided to celebrate these people who should be laying on a psych's couch somewhere and take their perversion and make a party out of it, make a celebration, make a brand out of it. My friends, there is nothing normal about being a drag queen. These are people who need a lot of help. And because of liberals being enablers, they're not going to get the help. Instead, they're getting a pat on the back, which makes them think there's nothing wrong with them, which makes them never go and try and get what's wrong with them fixed. It's a vicious cycle, and we're stuck with it. This is Real Truth. We'll be right back.
Trading Group is a different kind of gold and silver company, cleaning up the industry for 21 years. Are you tired of the high price of sales tactics, the constant calls? Are you done with the bait and switch? You just want to be treated fairly with honesty and respect. That's exactly what you get when you call 800-951-0592. You have my word on it. I'm Joe